The Earth is getting warmer. This warming is changing our weather, making it more extreme and unpredictable. One of the biggest challenges of a warmer world is its impact on food. As temperatures rise and weather patterns shift, growing food becomes harder. This directly affects how much food costs, making it more expensive for everyone, everywhere. Farmers around the world are struggling with extreme weather like droughts and floods. These events damage crops and reduce how much food can be grown. When there is less food available, prices naturally go up. This means families have to pay more for basic necessities like fruits, vegetables, and grains. Climate change is like a stress test for our food system. Rising temperatures create conditions that are harmful to crops. For example, heat stress can damage plants, reducing their yield. This means farmers harvest less food from their fields. Extreme weather events like droughts and floods are becoming more frequent and severe. Droughts parch the land, making it impossible to grow crops. Floods, on the other hand, drown plants and wash away fertile topsoil. Both extremes lead to significant crop losses. The relationship between climate change and food prices is directly linked to supply and demand. When extreme weather events damage crops, the supply of food goes down. At the same time, the demand for food remains relatively constant because people still need to eat. This imbalance between supply and demand drives up prices. The impact of climate change on food prices is felt globally. When crops fail in one part of the world, it can disrupt international food markets and lead to price spikes in other regions. This interconnectedness highlights the global nature of the food system and the far-reaching consequences of climate change. Section 4. Unequal impacts. Why the Global South bears a heavier burden. While climate change affects food security globally, the impacts are not evenly distributed. Developing countries, particularly those in the Global South, are more vulnerable. These regions often rely heavily on agriculture, and their economies are more susceptible to fluctuations in food prices. Furthermore, many countries in the Global South lack the resources and infrastructure to adapt to the changing climate. They may not have access to drought-resistant crops, irrigation systems, or adequate storage facilities to mitigate the impacts of extreme weather events. Section 5. A glimpse into the future. Case studies and projections. The impacts of climate change on food prices are already being felt around the world. For example, in 2010, a severe heat wave in Russia devastated wheat production, leading to a global spike in wheat prices. This event highlighted how climate-related shocks in one region can have ripple effects across the globe. Scientists predict that these types of events will become more frequent and intense in the coming decades. Climate models project significant declines in crop yields in many regions, particularly in tropical and subtropical areas. Section 6. The urgent need for climate action. Securing food for tomorrow. Addressing climate change is not just an environmental issue. It is also crucial for ensuring global food security. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is essential to limit the severity of climate change and its impact on agriculture. Investing in climate-smart agriculture is also critical. This includes developing drought-resistant crops, improving water management, and promoting sustainable farming practices. By building resilience in the agricultural sector, we can mitigate the impacts of climate change on food production.